Hey everyone, welcome to Hops and Highways, your weekly newscast dedicated to the road building industry. My name is Jessica Lombardo and I'm editor of Asphalt Contractor Magazine, joined today by Dormy Roberts, as always, associate editor, and we are celebrating Women in Construction Week. We are very excited. But before we get to our special guest, we have to announce this week's koozie winner, Robert Settle. Robert, congratulations.
And we will be mailing out your koozie today. So getting right into the beer that we're drinking, I am drinking a Hop Slam Ale. So Jess's husband recommended this for me. So it is super hoppy. It's definitely not crushable, but more sipping type of beer.
Oh, speaking of sipping, I am having a sipping pretty, and I'm not gonna lie, I bought this beer because the can. Look at it's such a girl thing to do. I'm sorry, but it's sour and it's really good. I wasn't expecting it to be as sweet. Normally, I don't like sours, but it's got like grapefruit taste, and it's definitely a beer I'm gonna buy more of this summer. So I want to introduce our special guests. And today we have four ladies from A&A Paving. We have Francie Rodriguez, Jessica Bedoya, Vanessa Solano, and Janet Rivera. And we are super excited to have these ladies with us today to help us close out Women in Construction Week. It's been a big week of promoting these careers in the industry because women only make up 9.9% of the construction industry in the entire country. And with companies struggling to find workers for their crews, we really need to work harder to make it known that we're hiring in construction. So welcome, ladies, and thank you for joining us. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Each of you ladies introduce yourselves, tell us what your beverage is and what you're enjoying today, as well as how you got started in the industry, how your role has changed over time, and what your current role is. So Francie, let's start with you.
So I am having a Modelo Negro. Have you ever had a Modelo? The regular one is like a little darker, just a little bit stronger too. I started here with A&A as a golf cart driver, actually. I was, taking clients around, and then I became their permit runner. After that, I worked my way up to become the project coordinator, and I have recently been promoted to their first woman project manager.
Awesome.
I am drinking a Pacifico, and I came to A&A just looking for a change in industries. I was actually contacted by a recruiter. I came in and just kind of fell in love with A&A my first day here. They asked me to stay, and I was a customer experience manager. I have recently been promoted to operations manager. So I lead a team, and we just kind of handle the everyday operations in the office. And I'm drinking Dos Equis, and I came to A&A. I was looking for a seasonal job that would fit my lifestyle. My husband also works in construction, so I just thought it was perfect. And we head south in the winter, so this works out perfect for us.
Awesome. And I am drinking Welch's sparkling grape juice since I am not 21, but how I got started here at A&A, basically it was through an apprenticeship program from my college. So I went through a whole application process and got hired as like a regular employee. And my role consisted of helping the operations manager, Jessica, but now it has evolved to also helping the other two departments like marketing and sales at A&A.
Awesome. Well, great to have you all. Let's cheers again to Women in Construction.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so we have some specific questions for each of you since you've all had such different experiences coming into the industry. So I have a question first for you, Jessica. So when you think of the asphalt industry, you don't normally think about customer service as a core element, and I know that is your background, but customer service is really important to the industry. So how has your background in this area really helped you to better understand the needs of A&A's customers and bring those needs to your role as the operations manager?
So going just way back, I had been in the hospitality industry since I was in high school. And I remember just falling in love with it because I liked to create a positive experience for like our customers and our clients. And now just changing, industries and being at A&A, I noticed that was something that was also very important to them. When I got here, they had over 100 5-star Google reviews. So I kind of knew that our heads were in the same place. I feel like I was brought to A&A and I am only here to enhance what they were already doing. We currently have over 140 5-star Google reviews. And like I said, I'm just lucky that I found somebody outside of the hospitality industry that kind of valued what I did.
That is so neat. So Vanessa, next question is for Francie. Sorry, I'm getting myself here. So Francie, as a project manager, you're juggling a lot of different roles. So for those out there that are watching that might not feel qualified for such career, what are those skills that you need to be successful in this role? And how do you use these skills every day to make sure that things are getting done on time?
So I'm not sure if you consider this a skill, but I always say to give yourself grace and give out grace when things don't go the right way, because in this industry, it's fast paced, you don't know what's going to happen. So allow yourself time, get organized pre-hand so that you know what's going to happen, dot your I's, cross your T's, I think that's how you say it, and then just move forward with what you're doing, be confident in your ability of just doing your work. And then the number one for me is communication. Make sure you set out realistic expectations. Make sure you're communicating with your clients, with your team members, with your crew. Make sure everybody feels like they're in this together, because at the end of the day, we're gonna, win this together. So using all those together daily will definitely help you in any industry that you're in.
And for project managers out there, listen up, take notes on that. That was spot on. So the next question we have, Vanessa, is for you. So you mentioned that you came to A&A Paving from your college and you're in the business program for school. Did you ever expect to enter the asphalt business? And so what has been the most surprising thing that you have learned during your apprenticeship at A&A?
So I actually did not expect to end up in the asphalt industry.
I don't think any of us did.
So basically, I kind of got thrown off a bit when my counselor told me to apply to A&A because my major is for marketing. So I was kind of confused on how my major would tie in with the asphalt industry. But tying into the next question of the most surprising thing I've learned at A&A would be that marketing is actually one of the biggest roles that plays in this company or any asphalt industry, basically, because we all want to bring in and attract loyal customers and just get our name out there. So yeah.
That's awesome. And not always when you go to college, I went to school for education and I'm sitting here as an editor, so I agree with you.
Yeah.
So Janet, I understand that it's your first week at A&A Paving, so congratulations on that.
Thank you.
What do you think of the business and the team so far? And what are you excited to learn about?
So I have had a great first week. Everybody here is very welcoming, and just the atmosphere here has been so positive that it just makes me excited to just be here and be a part of this team, and just learn more about the asphalt industry.
Awesome. And our magazines, Pavement Magazine, Asphalt Contractor, we go way back with A&A Paving. They were named our Contractor of the Year a few years back. So you are in good hands, Janet, and we're going to have a cheers. We're glad to have you, and let's celebrate to you making it through your first week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, Francie, back to you. So dealing with people is a huge part of your job. And what strategies have you used to get to know your team and to get to know their personalities and career expectations so you can really help them succeed and to grow?
So for me, it's really been just being honest and vulnerable with them, just having natural conversations about day-to-day life. When they need help, I don't just drop the ball and just let it go. I make sure that I know that if I don't know the answer, I'll find it. They know that I will meet their expectations sooner or later. And that's important. Here at A&A, they actually give us this, what's it called, a self-assessment test when we start here, when we get hired. So it really helps us get to know each other on what triggers us, what motivates us. And so that's really helped me and guided me to learn everybody and how to help them. And it definitely looks different for everyone. Someone can need a tool, someone can need just translation. We've hopped in cars together and sang a song in the morning to motivate us, getting to know just each other's families and spouses. I mean, building that trust is just something that you need to do to just get to be on a team together and really know that the culture of A&A is like family.
That's really neat. So Jessica, company growth and long-term goals are so important to the success of any company, but particularly in the construction industry, when many businesses struggle to outline their strategies to get there. So what advice do you have for construction companies looking to implement growth strategies, and how can they get started in laying out the foundations for this growth?
I think it's very important to just figure out what that foundation is and just build around it. For example, at A&A, I think that our foundation is our culture. It's the mission, the vision, and the values that we have here. And everything we do is just pretty much based on that. And it helps us succeed as a team. Another thing I would say is very important would be to just find time to just kind of see what is working and what is not. Find time to just really analyze and see what has to be changed, and have everybody willing to hop on and make those changes needed to just move forward and grow and succeed as a team.
And I think that's so important because a lot of construction companies, we want to grow, 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 grow. But they have no idea how to get there, and they do not take the time to dedicate to how they're going to do it. So really cheers to A&A for doing that. All right, last solo question we have today is for Vanessa. I'm sure you've heard your team talk about how the industry is really struggling to find and attract younger workers to these careers. Being one of the youngest members on the team at A&A, you have the best insight on why this might be. So what qualities are you looking for in a potential career, and how can companies like A&A make it known to the younger generations that these are rewarding careers? And so what do you think construction companies can do to attract younger workers?
I feel like right off the bat would be maybe like offering us some good benefits, because I know we want to be able to support ourselves financially outside of work, or we might need to support our families as well. So I feel like that's a really big thing, as well as offering opportunities for growth, because no one wants to be stuck in the same spot forever. We obviously want to gain more knowledge, more experience, and just not only grow in your career, but grow as a person as well. And then also offer like more education about the asphalt industry, because me being a 19-year-old girl, I knew nothing, or I'm still slowly learning what the asphalt industry
don't know what it is.
has to offer. So I feel like just putting it out there, giving us more education and knowledge, letting us know that it's always going to be here. This industry is always going to be here, and it is a stable career that you can partake in.
Totally. And that's great insights. And I think she kind of predicted the future of what we're going to talk about next. So thank you, Vanessa.
Yeah.
So before we get into the group questions, let's have another cheers.
Cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So obviously being a female in a male-dominated industry isn't easy some days. So what is something that you say to other women out there who might be considering careers in the industry to help them realize the potential in these types of careers? So Jessica, let's start with you.
I would say just go for it. I think that, back in the day, it was just such a male-dominated industry. I don't think that that is the case anymore. I think that if, it interests you and something you want to do, just be confident and just go for it.
Yeah, I agree with Jessica. Go for it. Don't be scared. Anything that a man can do, we can do too. And as long as we believe in ourselves, and, as just like they can grow in the industry, so can we. There's plenty room for us to grow here.
Yeah, I definitely agree with them. So for sure, don't set yourself boundaries. Like they said, have they mentioned that this was a male-dominated industry, but I feel like us women can make it an equal-dominated industry and offer the same opportunities to both genders.
Yeah, I agree with all the ladies. I think as women, we have a little bit more passion than men. And so I think we should use it to the best ability, let it drive you, let it build confidence in you. I also always say, have 5 people in your corner, have a support system. There's days that you are knocked down, you don't know what to do. Call one of those people, have them lift you up, let them speak truth into you, and just go for it, don't stop.
You ladies are super inspiring. So we love hearing your stories. So we want to know what each of you think is your favorite thing about the industry. And Janet, I know you're brand new, but maybe you got a favorite. But Francie, let's start with you and kind of go down the line.
So for me, I've learned about myself throughout the years is that I'm not made to be contained, like in an office or in any setting. So being in the asphalt industry, I'm out to be out in the field every day. I have different challenges every day. I get to interact with different people. It's just really nice to be able to get, ask for help and be able to actually help and pull through. A&A has had many times where they come to me for like new processes or new ideas, and they don't just ask and don't do anything about it. They actually like go forward with what I say, and that feels really good to be appreciated. So just having that is really good.
I would say, I love coming into work and just learning something every day. I've been here for a year and a half, and the amount of knowledge that I've gained about the asphalt industry is just crazy. I also really enjoy during in season when we are, fully working. I just love the fast pace. I love the challenges it brings. It keeps you on your toes, and I just really love that.
And I'm just like excited to be able to grow here just because the asphalt industry is always going to be around. So, it's going to keep growing. So I look forward to that.
Mine would be just like, it's kind of cliche, but the satisfaction of being able to see asphalt being laid and get all nice and done and just having like those jobs like accomplished and just, yeah.
The smell.
Oh.
Yes, everybody loves the smell. Smells like money.
So last question before we end. What's the one thing you can't wait to get back to doing after the pandemic ends? So Vanessa, go ahead and start this one.
The main thing would mainly be like having peace of mind when I go out, not being scared that I'm going to catch COVID and nor bring it to anyone in my home. Just being able to resume, live my life like a normal college student.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So I agree with her. I think that pandemic brought a lot of fear into people. People are battling for their lives right now. Financial stability is a question that people are dealing with right now. There has been so much divide because of it, COVID and just other things going on in the same season. So I think, like Vanessa said, just having some peace and maybe some unity back together would be a really good thing.
Yeah, definitely the peace of mind. I can't wait to celebrate together, celebrate all of our accomplishments, both in my personal life with my families and at A&A.
Yeah, I look forward to not having to wear a mask for sure. But also just being able to hug, family members that I haven't been able to, or even just be able to see them, be around them, and just, be able to have celebrations like we always have.
And every week we cheers to the end of this pandemic. I really feel like I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and maybe just one more big cheers to the end of the pandemic.
Cheers.
It has been truly amazing having you guys on the show today. You are so inspiring. And thank you all for continuing to work hard, proving that these jobs, they aren't made for men or women. They are made for people who work hard every day and who are going to bring the absolute best they can to their job. So thank you all sincerely for being on the show today, being with us, and cheers again, ladies. Have a great weekend.
Thank
you. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
So since today is the very last day of Women in Construction Week, but it's International Women's Month, we want to share a few tips with companies looking to attract women to careers, not just construction careers, any careers that are struggling to find workers. And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, women in the US, they earn an average of 81.8% of what men make across the nation. But the gender pay gap in construction is significantly smaller. Women earn an average of 99.1% of what men make in this industry. And if that doesn't make women want to flock to these careers, I do not know what will.
Oh, geez. Despite promoting the great pay, there are so many other benefits. And we talked about it earlier. So like recruiting and retaining women in construction. First, tout the benefits outside of pay. So also offering the women job security, competitive benefits, paid vacation, and the satisfaction of building something that really matters to the communities that we live in. So we should focus on these benefits of the careers instead of the potential hardships.
Yeah, like Vanessa said, seeing that road put down and driving on it with your family and be like, my company built this, I helped build this. huge. That's significant to anybody looking for a job. But what we also need to do to attract women is to change the perception that all jobs in the industry, they require physical labor, and that their jobs are going to be in challenging or harsh conditions. There are individuals who have those type of jobs, including women, but today's workforce, they kind of don't look to those jobs as something that is appealing. But the growing presence of technology, they're creating new job opportunities for those who don't want to do physical labor all day long. Plus, there are managerial positions available, project managers like Francie, crew foremen, safety managers, and more. Construction is no longer all about manual labor and the idea that women are not physically strong enough to work in it. And let's cheers to that.
Cheers.
Can we cheers? She never cheers with me. I was like,
So while some women might not look to these careers because they think that'll be a physical limitations like Jess just mentioned, there is unfortunately a psychological barrier for women to enter a job that they feel that's a man's job. But women need to know that careers in construction are not just reserved for men. Jobs are for people. Companies just need to train the right ones, regardless of gender.
Yeah.
So what many workers, including women, don't realize is that construction careers are accessible through apprenticeship programs that provide paid on the job learning combined with post-secondary classroom instruction. And women-focused pre-apprenticeship programs have been successful in increasing women's access and success in construction careers.
So companies, they can also lower this mental barrier of the job by creating an all-women's crew. We love the crew at Maymead. They had found great success in having a all-woman crew, and it really helps women to feel more comfortable learning sometimes challenging new skill. They can learn from each other and not feel the pressure of needing to be perfect in front of their more experienced colleagues. These jobs take work ethic, commitment, and determination. And if your potential candidate has those things, regardless of their gender, you can teach them everything else.
And we also need to start advocating for change. So in order to effectively create change, you need to start young. So children are being exposed to potential careers as young as kindergarten. And the industry needs to tailor their message to these young girls, not just the boys. So we need to change the lingering, outdated perceptions that exist of what it means to work in construction, not just among women, but amongst young people in general. And as those influences them and their career choices and their parents and teachers.
Yeah. So finally, like Vanessa said, we need to support career advancement. Companies who want to attract younger generations, they need to focus on rewarding and promoting individuals based on their results, rather than any biases that might exist in terms of deciding who to promote. And this can change by creating a mentoring culture where senior staff members are encouraged to invest time in women within the company so they can be brought through the top ranks.
And there's no denying that there's a lack of women in the construction trades, and this should be a problem. With the industry struggling with a labor shortage, and it has been for a while, it is time for the industry to focus on how to expand its female workforce. And it's time for the women to see construction trades as a viable path. So we hope the ladies from A&A Paving help inspire all those listening out there, and we hope that you can join the industry. So cheers to them.
Cheers. Yay. So this was such a great show, and we are so thankful for everybody who joined us today. I want to say congratulations again to Robert on winning the koozie. Next week, we're going to be off, so we won't be on air. We're going to watch some March Madness basketball, and we'll miss you all, but maybe not too much. Hop to Highways will be back March 26th. We will see you then, and until then, stay safe out there, everybody, and cheers.
Cheers.
Watch Hops and Highways live every Friday at 3 p.m. on Asphalt Contractors' Facebook page, or catch the replay on forconstructionpros.com/videos.